Hello, and welcome back to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Today, the finale. The end of the first, the end to the beginning of a new chapter. Do you ever try to end a new chapter and you find yourself just wanting to turn over to the next? Anyway, hey, welcome all. Wonderful to have you with us. Today, Isabelle Barnes, I'm going to use the mini here. Isabelle Barnes takes on the finale of Brethren of Ash, the third scenario in the new core set campaign for Arkham Horror, the card game. Of course, I will do a little story so far. We must know how Izzy's story so far has gone. It's been pretty good for emergent narrative. I feel like longer campaigns have more moments for emergent narrative, but you know, we've been doing pretty well for ourselves here. As a reminder, of course, my setup continues to be a bit janky. I'm hoping that I've really been enjoying playing with real cards. It's been really fun. My understanding is that the next campaign for the LCG will be releasing in the summer or maybe even the fall, and it might even be Egypt themed. I'm not 100% sure, but it comes out after the new investigator packs, which are already out. So I will have to consider, I'll have to consider who I want to play depending on the setting of that campaign. But I think I'll try to do like a better setup, at a bigger table or something. Yeah, it's a good question, Flower. I think much has been said about campaign length in the new model. Originally, of course, I think people who have been playing for a long time would know this. If you haven't, then this is perhaps news to you. The original campaign structure of 8 scenarios is, like, as of Dunnage, is essentially arbitrary. They could put enough mythos cards in the deluxe box for 2 scenarios, and then they released 6 mythos packs, each of which had player cards and enough encounter cards and locations and so on for that scenario. So 8 is just arbitrary. It is also what people got used to. So when the new structure of we just put everything in a big box and it can be as many as we want, came along, people were, by turns, delighted or horrified, depending. That is true, Flower, actually. That's a really good point. Because, I enjoy having guests on the cast here. Guests. But it does mean that in a, say, 8 scenario fan campaign with very complicated mechanics, that translates to 12 to 16 weeks. Mistrich, yes. Would you like me to say them now? Let me know. The spoilers exist on the internet. I am very happy to say what I know about them. Yeah, thank you. Clear and to the point. No, perfect. I love it. So the 5 new investigators who come in starter packs. So they are like the starter investigators from Chapter 1. Oh, totally. Yeah. No, I buy that. Like in Chapter 1 with the starter investigators, so they are level 0 to 5 of their class only, and they come with, a bunch of cards of that class. So the new Guardian is Tommy. His focus is on guns, firearms specifically, as opposed to his, in Chapter 1, his, weird soak resource thing. Carolyn. Fern, the new Seeker. The focus is still on horror healing, but I think her ability is better. I also think it makes more sense for her to be a Seeker, all things considered. The new Rogue, Andre Patel, featured in Film Fatale when we took Lola Hayes through Film Fatale. That was a disaster. Andre Patel looks freaking great, right up my alley. The new Mystic is Marie Lambeau. She's doing a Blood Witch thing. And the new survivor, Miguel de la Cruz, the rancher, I think? He's, traps-based. Oh! Well, exactly, Mistrich, exactly. I think this is what happens when you keep releasing investigators for a game like this, right? There's only so many combinations of classes, and then you can do things you get, a little mini-off class, but you choose. There's stuff like that. It's really fun. I do the Earth Investigators, upgrade into a new class. It's cool. But then you end up with people like Carolyn's well, we need a Guardian. But she can't take guns. You're like, okay. I don't know. It's very, very, very strange to me. So, there you go. All that information. Which I think is really exciting. I wish it was... Oh, you're right. It's weapons. Weapons above level 1 or above level 0? I mean, there are no level 1 weapons anyway, right? There probably are, but... Yeesh. I mean, because she just isn't a guardian at that point, right? She's not... Like, sorry, she could do a thing with... She could do tanking. And then you would still need a dedicated fighter. So, anyway, that's a whole other kettle of fish. I think... So she's going to be a Seeker 0 to 5. And her ability, if I'm remembering it correctly, it's like when you heal horror from an investigator or ally at your location, discover a clue. At your location, limit once per round. Boom. Bing, bang, bong. Easy, clean, powerful. And it doesn't feel like you're going back. It doesn't feel like you're losing tempo to heal horror. I love it. Yes, and exactly. Again, Vincent's a great example of someone who's just like... I mean, I'm really enjoying playing Vincent with Crosshair right now in our Call of the Plaguebearer campaigns. It's crazy, though. But yeah, again, you're like, is he a Seeker? Empirical hypothesis. Sure, I guess the Doctor might be like a research doctor, but he reads more as someone who's just like out there in Sawbone Alley. I could talk about this forever, guys. And I will! Stream's canceled! We're just talking about Arkham. Just kidding. We're going to do a little story so far of Brethren of Ash, and then we will dive in and look at the setup for Scenario 3, whose name I don't know, but I bet it's a fire pun. Scenario 3, Queen of Ash. It's not really a fire pun. What else do I have to say? Join us for Drew Crew this afternoon, well, in about 4 hours from now, over on Liz's channel. Ash without the E, so just straight in Ash. Just like the word. As opposed to the Overwatch character or name, I guess. Excuse me. And then tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern on RPG Clinic's YouTube channel. Why, that's right, it's the third of 3 character creation sessions for Exalted Datafall. Elizabeth, going last. Save the best for last. I'll let you guys be the judge. Mr. Ketchum. Please, Mr. Ketchum was my father. Just call me Ash. Imagine being born into a family of people called Ketchums, and then being like, I don't really want to catch any Pokemon. Like, crazy. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I'm absolutely jazzed to dive in. If this is anything like the original core set, we're going to get trounced in a heartbeat because there's going to be a bajillion enemies and it's not going to be built for solo, but we will see. You never know. Maybe we sacrifice Armitage to the Queen of Ash. Who knows? I need to do story so far. And I don't think it'll be interesting to look at the board to do that, so I will just do this here. The world will turn to ash. I hope so. Isabelle Barnes, sister of Jenny Barnes, is the chosen hunter. Or, sorry, she's the returned chosen hunter. She has returned from captivity with the Olmsted cult. I'm just going to read the back of her again here. She finally escaped from the Olmsteads, a family cult who thought of her as the final piece for some dark and twisted ritual. Thanks to her sister Jenny, she's finally free. Freedom comes at a cost. Her sister gave everything to get Isabelle back, and for that, Isabelle intends to make the Olmsteads pay in blood. Oh, Mr. Rich, I think that's a pretty common thing that happens. I certainly, like, I've played it a number of times now, in groups and not in groups, and that third scenario, like, honestly, sometimes I'm like, wow, we made it to Act 2? That's a win. It is not a win. It's just a disaster. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's such a nightmare. Also, I hope someone brought the, what's it called? Elaborate distraction? The cunning distraction? The turkey. I hope someone brought the turkey, because that is the only way you're getting by all those cultists who spawn on the path or whatever. It's such a nightmare, dude. Yeah. Oh man. It's crazy. Okay, so what do we know about Isabelle Barnes, right? I'm not even sure you win the first scenario of this campaign with the starter decks. Like, unless you're building them with 2-ofs. It's pretty dicey. You need a weapon, like, straight out the gate, and if you're only given one ofs in your deck, it might be tough. Anyway, you know, maybe I just need to hashtag get good. Isabelle Barnes, the Returned, escaped from the Olmsteads, returned to Arkham, and is working alongside a few other investigators and allies to try to stop whatever the Olmsteads cult plan is. As we were told near the beginning of, or right at the beginning of this campaign, where is it? A recent spate of fires and grisly accidents have the entire city on edge. Robed figures have been sighted near these odd happenings, and your mutual friend, canonically Amanda Sharp, the student, is convinced they are to blame. You agreed to meet at her dormitory at Miskatonic University to get to the bottom of things. So, Isabelle and her friend Jim Culver, the musician who can see ghosts, the Ghostbuster himself, went to Miskatonic University to try to meet up with their contact there, Amanda Sharp, who had been doing some research on the Olmsted cult. They are, the fires and cultists who are responsible for them. They arrived. She was gone. They had to face down this horrible servant. What's his name? The Servant of Flames, I believe. Massive, beast-like demon creature with a huge, curved sword, just setting the room alight. They managed to escape. They found Dr. Henry Armitage, not boarded up, barricaded inside the observatory, maybe? Somewhere on the campus. Took him back down to the quad. Everything's on fire. They managed to destroy, or at least fend off, the Servant of Flame. But then, because time was running short, they ran away from Miskatonic University, leaving it to its burned, charred fate. Isabelle defeated her masked pursuer. Miskatonic University burned. Hello, Nomhair. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. Solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. I was just doing a little catch-up of the story so far, but I only just did Scenario 1, so I'll catch up on Scenario 2. Catch up. Ash Ketchum. That's right. So letting Miskatonic University burn in order to pursue the rest of the... what odds are the betting markets giving today of a successful third scenario? 35-65. Those aren't odds. I know. But, like, that's... those. Let's say the chances. How are you, Nomhair? And welcome. That's quite loud. What else can I say about this? So, Isabelle took back off into the city with Dr. Henry Armitage and Jim Culver in order to try to interrogate various prominent members of the city who may have heard something about this cult of Elokos, which I have to go look it up what it said. I'm on the fence on availability next Saturday. Oh, okay, Nomhair. No problemo. We will talk. I won't obviously schedule Twoomed if you're not available. But I've got plenty of other stuff I'm sure I could do. What do we do here? So, they told me an organization calling themselves the Brethren of Ash have been inviting students and vulnerable citizens to assemblies. Your friend listed a number of individuals who attended, although it's unclear whether they were prospective recruits or loyal adherents. So you want to interrogate this list of suspects and then meet at Velma's diner. Yeah. And I wouldn't know how to play Susie. She's not of this world, much like yourself, in a good way. So, yeah, Isabelle, Jim, and Dr. Henry Armitage ventured around Arkham interrogating suspects. The first stop was the asylum. I'm not going to do like a beat-by-beat thing of the whole scenario because it was awesome. But I think the big sort of story beats of that scenario were that what are they called? The birds. Shit. Little shitty one-hell whippoorwills. The whippoorwills were kind of calling for death, chiming at thank you, thank you, Flower. Kind of calling out the doom of these investigators. Isabelle believes that they are being used by the cult, the Brethren of Ash, in order to spy on people trying to investigate them. How else could you explain how a massive bat-like creature and the Servant of Flame himself reappeared at the gates of Arkham Asylum just as they arrived? They ran all the way down to Southside, leaving, or letting the Harbinger chase them all the way down there. She got into a tussle with Naomi O'Banion's gang as well. By going from Southside, sort of around the various parts of Arkham, and ending up at the Silver Twilight Lodge, she managed to defeat all of her enemies. And I think importantly, the Servant of Flame was incapacitated, and we had to decide whether it was better to finish them off here or now to avoid future bloodshed. And being a hunter, Izzy was like, yep, absolutely. Add the Servant of Flame to the victory display. We draw 3 cards. They were too dangerous to be left alive. Whip or Wills. Oh, thanks, Nomhair. I think we are indeed... I think I am up to date on YouTube. I can't believe it. This guy is terrible at editing videos. Isabelle managed to have time to interview a few of the suspects, people from the list who had attended the Brethren of Ash meeting. David Renfield, who was at the Silver Twilight Lodge, who ran off, but then eventually he was like, oh, I was just curious, you know. It seems the Brethren of Ash worship an ancient devil named Elokos, a being of fire and destruction, said to be responsible for the Great Fire of Alexandria. Now, let's put the pieces together here. The Olmsteads have a cult. Isabelle was supposed to be the final piece of their plan. She got away. Clearly, their plan is to resummon this demon of fire. And after Arkham had been cleansed with water, they must now be cleansed with fire. It's very clear. Okay. Major nothing. She also interviewed Cornelia Ackley, who was I thought she was like a hotel concierge or something, but apparently she's a foreman at a garage. The Brethren of Ash are preaching something about a glorious rebirth for their followers. And we also interviewed Naomi O'Banion, because Naomi O'Banion was like, hello, Toots, I hear you've killed some of my men. It was great. The O'Banion Kingpin is hardly interested in your questions. 2 of my guys found a pair of them sniffing around one of our gin joints. And then she didn't tell us where the gin joint was. So we successfully interrogated a few people. We discovered a few things as well, and I will just read in the resolution here. So we apparently learned that the true identity of the Servant of Flame... We killed the Servant of Flame, so we were able to remove his mask. Sergeant Earl Monroe, the crooked cop, is the Harbinger of Elokos, so he was clearly roped into this cult. But he is dead. Pretty sweet. We also failed to discover where the cult's hideout is, which does not feel very good. But we did kill the Servant of Flame, which was pretty sweet. So that is all the sort of notes we have. So story so far, as I see it, Isabelle escapes the Olmsteads, returns to Arkham, starts investigating the strange fires and cult activity that's taking place here, knowing there's a connection between them. And she's now learned, from piecing everything together with Jim and Armitage, that the Brethren of Ash are hoping to summon a fire demon named Elokos. Boom. How does this look, guys? It's a little tilty, eh? It's not too bad, though. That's worse. It's fine. Yeah, how are we... It's not bad, right? I haven't put out the locations yet or anything. Scenario 3. Hey, canonically a murderer. Yeah, it's going to be really awkward. If she survives. I'm just saying, Flower. We don't know. Dr. Armitage thanks the waitress at Velma's diner as she sets 2 pieces of warm apple pie between you. The head librarian pushes one towards you with a strained smile. Arkham is changing. The world is changing. For the worse, I fear, but at least we have pie. Sweet little NPC. Together, you and Dr. Armitage piece together a disturbing picture of the situation at hand. The Brethren of Ash are not conspirators. They are thralls. All of them. Thralls of an ancient goddess, one they call Elokos. Dr. Armitage shows you a grotesque woodcut of a gnarled tree with burning branches before continuing. I have to interrupt. Something else important happened in the last scenario. I had to add a weakness to my deck in addition to the XP that I earned, which I've spent. It's called the Mark of Elokos, I believe. It's essentially a brand that appeared on Isabelle. It's a double action discard weakness. I can't quite remember what it does. I think it's take a damage that you have to assign to allies. Yeah. It is essentially a burning in her blood. I am saying that the Olmsteads, clearly, when she was with them, branded her, but the brand has only kind of come to the surface of her skin now that Elokos's reincarnation is at hand. After attending one of the cult's secret gatherings, some prospective followers develop a strange bruise that marks them as one of Elokos's own. These followers are from all walks of life, rich and poor, weak and strong. Most importantly, these thralls have no idea that they are under her sway. Your mysterious pursuer is one such thrall. He's also dead. According to prophecy... This librarian, man. What do you mean, according to prophecy? When did you have time to research this? You don't know anything. I guess he just knows. According to prophecy, the servant of flame who attacked us at the university is the harbinger of the queen's return. The servant gathers sacrifices to make way for their queen's glorious rebirth. A rebirth they predict will happen this very evening. I'm sure you can all see this sick-ass Diablo art here. This is a tree-like creature that seems to have eyes for hands. It's a Guillermo del Toro thing, but with fire. Yeah, he really is, Nalmer. Okay, man, sure. Since, if you've known about this prophecy for a while, you probably should have said something. Based on your campaign difficulty, perform the following. I should have known this was going to happen. If you are playing on standard, add an elder thing and a tentacle. Sorry, an elder thing and a tablet. Sorry, very important. Elder thing, going in the bag, and a tablet going in the bag. Oh, Elokos? Okay. I wonder if it's like, you know, some sort of Sumerian word or something. It just happens to mean fire or whatever. Hide. It's hidden. It's hidden down there. You can't see it. Check your campaign log. If the investigators discovered the cult's whereabouts. Oh, we did not. That's actually very sad, honestly. The thought of your friend being sacrificed. Oh, the thought of Amanda being sacrificed chills you to your core. Together, you and Dr. Armitage pore over the precious few clues you have gathered. After several hours of mind-numbing analysis, Armitage, which we are not good at, but that's okay. Armitage theorizes that the Brethren of Ash are conducting their ritual in the Arkham sewers. What gave it away? Is it the steam coming out of the sewers? Like the fire? A bit foolish, wouldn't you think, for a cult that worships fire to conduct their business in the sewers? He chuckles. But it's the only lead we've got. Together, you resolve to scour the sewers for any trace of your friend. During setup, place one doom on the agenda. Okay, now, so this is important. In the original core set, part of how Scenario 3 goes, Flower alluded to this earlier as well, part of how the third scenario goes is based on how many cultists you interrogate, because how many you interrogate in the Scenario 2 means there are fewer enemies in Scenario 3, and I think there's also... if you don't resign, then the hour is late and you add a doom, I think. Ta-da! This is a microphone cable. I mean, immersion ruined, right? Oh no. Oh, it's shaking again. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. All right. So here, instead, what's happening is I'm placing a doom because I didn't succeed at basically a die roll in the previous scenario. You can game the die roll. The more people you interview, the fewer choices you have for where the cult's whereabouts are. So, you know, I could have gotten it, and then I would have one fewer doom. Oh, no, I know. Thank you, no, I'm here. Set up. Gather all the cards from the following encounter sets. This I have done. I will just make sure, though. Oh boy. Okay, right. Locations. Put underground cistern into play. See the diagram below for suggested location placement. Location placement. Where are you? Underground cistern. Shuffle each location in the sewers encounter set so that you do not know which is which and put them into play unrevealed. And then we begin play at the sewer culvert, which is down here, which is how we get in. I will move all this around. I think I need a lot more space. Underground sister. Underground sister will be right back. Okay. That can go, I think. Yeah, there are 5 sewer tunnels. I'm shuffling the sewer tunnels, so I don't know which is which. Me too. Now, how am I gonna... I have to figure out what I want to do here. And then they're all essentially connected, so I don't even need... I'm gonna use the connection markers, though, because I think that's cool. Okay. Oh, yes, so last time I had kind of, like, moved shit around. You know what? Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah! That's not bad. It's gonna be a bit busy. But essentially, the sewer culvert is connected to Blue Triangle, which is all of the sewer tunnels. Then all of the sewer tunnels are connected back. The underground cistern is connected to Blue Triangle, and then a bunch of other things, which are presumably the other side of some of these sewer tunnels. We'll see. Check the campaign log. If the investigators scoured Arkham for answers. We did not, but I don't know what that means. I think that means if you get all 6 suspects. You have a general sense... Okay, well, we didn't do that. If the investigators stirred up trouble, shockingly, we did not stir up trouble, despite the fact that we iced a bat demon, iced Naomi O'Banion's right-hand man, and just straight up murdered the Servant of Flame. Pretty sweet. But we did not stir up trouble. If the investigators killed the Servant of Flame, remove him from the game. Otherwise, set it aside out of play. Okay, so he would return, but he's dead. If there are 3 or 4 players in the game, place a doom on the agenda. Phew. Gather the fire encounter set. Set each copy of fire aside, out of play, along with both copies of blah, 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 and then a bunch of stuff. Shuffle the remaining encounter cards, create the encounter deck. You are now ready to begin. We'll do our opening hand before we read the agenda and the act. I should have done it before I read setup, but we know we're down here in the sewer culvert. This is the encounter deck. I'm going to shuffle, and then I'm going to bury the top on the bottom after I cut, as is tradition. Team, are we enjoying this? I am. I'm really jazzed. Let's see if Isabelle manages to... So basically, I mean, we'll have to see what the agenda and the act say, but I get the feeling we're trying to find the cult's, like, ritual site and then disrupt it. That's the plan, I imagine. All right. Cut. Top to bottom. Yes, of course. You don't want to just listen to me randomly talk about nothing? Of course I can. I believe there are now 2 of each symbol in the bag, I think, because I added a tablet and an elder thing. So I think there's now 2 of each. The skulls are minus... You can't read this, obviously, right? If I did this, is that... That's not better. Whoop. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's just a lighting thing. The skulls are minus X. X is the number of fire treacheries in play. Currently 0. Probably 0 for a while, but we'll see. Cultists are minus 2. If this is an attack or evasion targeting a cultist enemy, reveal another token. So a minus 2 rolling if you're attacking a cultist. Not great. Tablets are minus 2. Minus 4 if you are at a ritual site location. That's pretty nasty. And Elder Things are minus 3. If you fail, draw the topmost copy of Fire in the encounter discard pile. 3-up is good. Great, even. 4-up would kind of take most of these out of the bag. So that's pretty good. All right, shuffled. Cut. Whoa. And then we go bottom to top. Let's see what I draw. Isabelle ventures down into the sewers, ready to get a little dirty, try to find the Brethren of Ash and put a stop to this summoning of Elikos. How the hell did she get involved in this? I don't know. But I do know we're going to get doomed. Exactly, Nom here. I hate it, but you do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A meat cleaver, a second sight, a cosmic flame, a bandages, and a liquid I found. Wowzers. Okay, I don't have any money, but this is weapon investigation tool. So strong. Great stuff. Look what I found is good for a high shroud double clue location, which feels like it's going to be nice. I think I only have one in the deck. It's also 2 intellect icons. I'm going to need money because I won't be able to play all of this. So I need to mulligan some stuff. Bandages, I think, will be great once... -0. Draw the top card of the encounter deck or automatically fail. Boo! Boo! Oh, no, let's not. No, not again. No, I'm here. Not again. All right. Oh, I'm keeping my 3 important assets. That's for sure. And I think I mulligan both of these because I'm looking for emergency cash and an ally. Fearless level 2. I start with a horror, so that's not bad. That's a weakness. I will set it aside, and I will redraw into timely intervention. Not bad. It's another skill. As a reminder, Isabelle's ability as a chosen hunter survivor. During a skill test you're performing, you can take a direct horror to commit an eligible skill card from your discard pile to the test after the test resolves. So after any effects from that skill card, you shuffle it back into your deck. So timely intervention can be committed from hand after token reveal. So saves you from a test if you were going to fail it. Fearless heals horror, which is going to be useful for when I'm recommitting skills from the discard pile. It's not bad, guys. It's not a bad start. And I have to put Pursued and my mulliganed cards back in the old deckaroo. Let's read our agenda and our act. Agenda 1A, a gathering, as opposed to the gathering. Chanting echoes through fetid tunnels. The cult's rebirth is at hand! Oh, no. Oh, God. It is not as if it were in your hand, sadly. No, I'm here. Yeah. Literally the same thing that Flower was saying. Yeah. So, unfortunately, oh, man, if Timely Intervention could be played from the discard pile, like with her ability, delish. Each enemy at a location with a copy of Fire attached cannot be damaged. I don't like that. Let's not draw any copies of Fire. Easy peas. Lemon squeeze. We're at 1 doom out of 6 already, so we gotta hustle because I don't think we're gonna have a lot of time in this scenario. Act 1A. Search the sewers. The Brethren of Ash could be anywhere. You must search the sewers for the cult's ritual site if you hope to save your friend. Objective. When an investigator enters underground cistern, advance. I think it's in the underground cistern, guys. Instead of drawing an opening hand, search your deck for 5 cards and put in your hand. Well, considering that there are 5 XP cards that let you... There are 5 XP cards. There's also, in Chapter 2, there's a card that says, shoot, search your deck for a weapon. Oh, no, it's God, what is it? Yeah, Dexter's Unique lets you search for a spell asset, I think? Like, instead of drawing an opening hand, search for 5. Essentially, start with your 5 best cards in hand, or the cards you most want in hand. If you, I can't think of a deck that wouldn't love that. Because the point of taking a mulligan is to get as close as you can to a perfect hand. So if you could take I think it would be worth, 20 XP. No, hang on. There's, there's a new Mystic card that says, brand one of your spells, and then when you start, it starts as an additional card in your hand. That's worth 5 XP. Yeah, it's huge. So I would say huge. I like the idea, though, Flower. It'd be pretty crazy. We start at the sewer culvert. If you go in, you might never come out. It's connected to each sewer tunnel's location and vice versa. They all say the same thing, but we don't know what they are. Then the underground cistern is also connected to the sewer tunnels, and it says, as an additional cost to enter underground cistern, investigators must spend 3 clues as a group. So, we gotta get there. Basically, we're gonna need 3 clues in order to get to the cistern. We have to figure out where they are. We've drawn our opening hand. We know what we must do. Let us... Let's get doomed. Oh. Now... I like... Okay, actually, hang on. I like where Nomhair is going with this. The idea that your... Okay, hear me out. What if your investigator had 3 copies of a unique signature event, say, and you could choose which one to start in your opening hand, or choose 2? Because they, like, each have a unique effect that has to do with different kinds of, I don't know, playing cards or getting money or whatever. The sewer culvert is a 1 shroud 0 clue location. All right, so we got to get in there. It says it's connected to each sewer tunnels and vice versa. And there's an action, resign. I can't take it anymore. You flee the sewers. All right, turn 1, resign. I would like a break from streaming. No, I don't. All right, my friends, let's dive in. I think we know what we're going to do here. We're going to take a resource. We're going to play Second Sight, and then we're going to play Meat Cleaver. I don't have enough money to play the Cosmic Flame in the Second Sight. The Cosmic Flame is, I think, better, but Meat Cleaver is leveled up. It's decent. I think I'll take it. Take a resource, spend 6 resources and 2 actions, so all my actions, to play a Second Sight and a Meat Cleaver. Second Sight, as a reminder, is a spell that allows you to investigate with willpower. It comes into play with 3 charges. And Meat Cleaver is a meat cleaver. You hit people with it, and you take horror in order to deal more damage. But then if you kill something with it, you heal horror, because nothing makes you feel more sane than destroying a creature of darkness. Yeah, Meat Cleaver level 3. Basically what it's done, it's become 1 cheaper. It's gained a wild and a willpower, I think, or at least it's gained an icon. I don't have the others in front of me. Fight with combat, you get +2 for this attack, +3 instead if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity. If it defeats an enemy, you may heal horror. That's all the same. And then when you trigger the above action ability, you can take a horror to deal +1 damage. So it's become cheaper. It's gained an icon of some kind, and the stat boost has gone up. Overall, just a nice, strong card, I think. Isabelle steps into the fetid, muddy waters of the sewer culvert. A dead rat floats by. She shudders. Jim and Dr. Armitage should be close behind, hopefully. She takes a deep breath, can feel the fire kind of running through her. Yeah, Flower, I think the templating on these cards in Chapter 2 is better. I appreciate that they've finally done the thing where it says fight, and then in brackets, what ability, so that it lets you say fight, agility, instead of like fight, you may use agility, like you must use agility, like, you know what I mean? It's nicer. She feels the weight of the blade, the chopping blade in her hand. She knows that she has her twin 45s tucked away, and she can feel flame running through her veins, but she's a little worried that this far underground, so close to water, they may not work. I don't know. Upkeep. So we have a horror, we've played our cards, we've spent our actions, we draw a card and we gain a resource. We draw, and on the brink, it's Isabelle in the art, I'm pretty sure. Nobody knows what you'll do if you're pushed to your limits. This is a desperate gambit skill card. We gain a resource. So we've got a lot of skills to commit to tests that we can then recommit from the discard pile. So that's quite nice. We're somewhat set up. We go to the mythos phase. We go to 2 out of 6 doom, annoyingly, and we draw our first encounter card. What is coming from the end of the hall where there is chanting? A zealot. The chanting gets louder, and Isabelle hears splashing sounds as someone appears around a corner and disappears elsewhere. The zealot is a 2/1/2 humanoid cultist, aloof. Aloof. Forced after this enemy enters play, place a doom on it. Ugh. So this is much like the cultists from the original core set. They have less fight, but they're aloof. It's like so much more annoying. The action tax is huge here. Memory flash. There you go. Yeah, no, I'm here. I like where this. I like the concept here. This is the new Dexter Drake has not. It's not similar, but like he has the ability to sort of play multiple assets at the same time, or bounce an asset back to hand. And I think his signature allows you to search for an asset and then play it, because that's like his whole thing. It's just kind of like, surprise! Surprise! It's a gun! Surprise! It's a spell! You know. All right. The chanting grows louder as a zealot rounds the corner. The zealot does not see Isabelle Barnes. Okay, well, we have to deal with this zealot because it's 2 actions to kill the zealot, but the doom loses me a whole round, so that's that. So we're going. I mean, so it's just that easy. We're going to engage. Do I have anything to play? I have nothing to play. We're going to engage the zealot, and we're going to try to chop it up with the meat cleaver. Isabelle leaps on this woman as she rounds the corner, bringing the butt of the meat cleaver down on her head here. Where's the cult? Where are they? She starts attacking. The meat cleaver says, fight! You get +2 combat for this attack. So I'm going to fight at 5-2. Do I want to commit anything to this? I can timely intervention if I need to. Timely has a wild. 5-2. A tablet? Remind me? -2, -4 if you had a ritual site. The meat cleaver comes down over and over and over again until the woman is unable to respond at all. Excellent. If this attack defeats an enemy, you may heal a horror. Why the hell not? Excellent work. Last action. Always something we should do. Move with our last action, right? I'd say so. It's a little annoying. Yeah. Anyway. Let's move into the sewer tunnels. I want to just open stuff up and see if I can get clues here. Let's go in honor of Namhair. Always left, of course. A fetid, putrescent stench fills the labyrinthine network of tunnels beneath the city. I'm going to suggest that the zealot did not give up on her cult. She did not give any information, but she, before she was brutally hacked to death, looked in one direction, and Isabelle went, thanks. Toxic waste pit. Good. 3 shroud, 1 clue. What is that floating just beneath the surface? It's got victory 1. Aw, forced. When you end your turn at this location, choose and discard a card from your hand. Well, I did. Sad for me, I guess. It is connected to the sewer culvert and the underground cistern, but I need more clues, so I'm going to have to go back. Fuck. Oh, it's going to be one of those scenarios. I don't have enough actions to move. Yeah, the act goal is enter the underground cistern, and it costs 3 clues. So I'm going to have to do a lot of this, which is so annoying. Oh, my apologies, Namhair. I didn't realize. All the toxicity goes right into the sewer tunnels toxic waste pit. I end my turn here. Isabelle manages to clamp a hand over her mouth. But I must discard a card from my hand. It will be Fearless, which is good, but I can recommit it from my discard pile by taking a direct horror, which I think I don't mind. Upkeep draws me a card. It's an emergency cache. So I like the line of cache Cosmic Flame, and then I have more options for fighting. We go to 2 resources. I mean, honestly, though, maybe I just wait for upkeep. I can always go left. Mythos phase. We go to 3 out of 6 doom. We draw our encounter card as Isabelle wanders through the toxic waste pit. She can see on the other side of this massive pit there are, additional small gates that lead off. The chanting seems louder, but there's a overpowering sound of gurgling coming from the pit. Ugh! Dissonance. That's it. It's just dissonance. Revelation, test willpower 3. If you fail, lose an action and choose a card type, asset, event, or skill. Discard all non-weakness cards of the chosen type from your hand. Now, if you fail, lose an action and choose a card type, discard all non-weakness cards of the chosen type from your hand. My read here is that I would be allowed to choose a type that I have none of, because I'm still losing an action. But let's try to pass the test anyway. The art on dissonance, I don't know if I can really show it well here. No, it's not going to be great, is it? Is the focal length better here? No. It's someone looking in a mirror and their reflection is shattered, bloodied, and insane. The toxic waste, the fumes coming off of it, cause Isabelle's vision to shift and sort of like, whoa. Let's just take the test. I have 4 willpower, 4 to 3, and I can timely intervention from hand. -1. That's fine. I pick permanent. Why are they in your hand? Don't worry about that. All right. The dissonance does nothing. I'll take it. I want this clue, and I want to get out of here. And that's that. Yeah, I could... There's a line here on emergency cache, cosmic flame, get the clue, and then I discard another card from hand, which I don't love. So I will investigate. It's 3 shroud. I can investigate with willpower using second sight. So I would be 4 to 3. And again, I have timely intervention in hand, so I will do that. I'm just going to do it. We're going to use, as the toxic fumes continue to cause Isabelle's vision to sort of shift and waver in front of her, somehow the doors on the other side of the sewer tunnels seem to align. They seem to be guiding her in some way as she tries to use her second sight. Let's go 4 to 3. Occultist. Okay, now this is bad for a couple reasons. It's -2. If this is an attack or evasion against a cultist enemy, it's not. So, -2, which means I would fail. I will timely intervention after revealing chaos tokens, so I will succeed. However, second sight says, if you reveal a cultist during this test, remove a charge from second sight. So I must. So we're down to 2, which is quite sad, because normally they get you 2 clues. However, I get a clue. Oh, that's actually, I quite like that, Nom here. The idea of, like, the martyr, you know? The, like, oh, I'll carry everyone's... I don't know what your ability would be, though. You'd, like... You'd have some sort of ability that would, like, let you carry burdens for other people. There's like a brand of, like, guardians and survivors that, like, tank for others, right? They, like, take damage and horror for others. The idea that you would then also, like, fill up your hand to be like, ugh. Okay, clue. Second action, move. Well, yeah, could you, like, devour other people's weaknesses? If you could devour if you could devour weaknesses that sit in a threat area. No, that would neuter the game too much. There's a way of balancing this, though. Thinking about it. Now, I'm here at the sewer culvert. Moving into one of the sewer tunnels might be bad. Weaknesses in hand do nothing. Sheesh. Seems pretty powerful. Daisy's reading the Necronomicon. You're like, no. Come on, Daisy. Right away, Mr. Butt. I will say, there are cards that remove hand size in exchange for, like, XP and stuff. Well, sorry, there's a card that does that. Very fun. Well, what do you mean, Mr. Butt? Well, sorry, sorry. What do you mean? I know what you mean. It's that the angle of it is indeed quite weird. It's very, stretched, right? It is what it is. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. But thank you for being here, and thank you for the reminder to hydrate. A stunt man! Yeah, hell yeah. Drawing counter cards for others. That's very fun. That would also be quite martyr-like, right? You have like a There's mystics who control the encounter deck, and this guy's just like, put it all on my face, so to speak. Okay, first action was get a clue. Second action was move to the sewer culvert. Third action, do I go with the cash now? I have some breathing room, and then I'll have money to play other things later. I think so, because I have some events and stuff in the deck. I'll go up to 3 resources and up. Yeah, you know what? I just need to stop thinking about it and do it. Emergency cash, gain 3 resources. As we sploosh back into the culvert, Isabelle reaches down into the sack that she left there. For what? Some rations, maybe? I know. That was just for you, Mr. Butt. Okay, in hand, I have a Cosmic Flame and an On the Brink, and that's it. 2 skills in the discard pile, which I will put near the top to remind me. Fearless and Timely Intervention. I'm going to try to commit these from my discard pile ASAP. I have 1 clue, 5 resources, 2 cards in hand. That was my last action. So we go to upkeep. There are no enemies. Upkeep draws me another emergency cash. Lol. And we gain a resource. And we go up to 6. 1 clue out of the 3 that we need. I think we're going to need the Cosmic Flame immediately. Doom. In the Mythos phase, we go to 4 out of 6 Doom. Isabelle managed to spy in which direction she feels the cult is. The sort of second sight across the toxic pit allowed her to kind of hone in on her direction sense. But it did not give her a way through. Turn water into wine. I like that, Osam. That's very funny. And our encounter card is Cosmic Evils. I hate it. So this is the new Ancient Evils. Peril. So I can't talk about it with you guys. Either place a Doom on the agenda or take a direct damage and a direct horror and it gains Surge. Now, if I don't... So, essentially, you guys are all players. I don't make the rules. I just try to follow them. I have no health or sanity damage right now. So I have like a full health pool and a full sanity pool. Obviously, damage is not good to have, and I don't have bandages or allies down yet. I don't want to take a Doom because I think there's only 2 agendas, and I'm nowhere near. And I'm wondering if the next thing is an enemy, that's going to be a big waste of time. If the next thing is a treachery, I might just be able to pass it and kind of move on. Yeah, that's the other problem, right? That's the other problem, is that if I just keep going into more and more of them. I feel very silly, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm going to take a direct damage and a direct horror. I get no benefit from this. And it gains Surge. Surges into a Torment. Okay, so this is a treachery as opposed to an enemy or whatever. So I haven't wasted any time, quote unquote. Isabelle grits her teeth and prepares to rush down into another sewer tunnel. Peril. This is a Bane power treachery. Revelation, test willpower 3. If you fail, name a card type, asset, event, or skill. Each investigator discards a card of the named type from their hand. Naming something does not change the game state. And I have an asset, an event, and a skill. Well, okay. I have an event, which I don't really care about, so... Yeah, fair play, Flower. I feel like I was kind of thinking, like, this is a great example of this is not going to cost me a turn. It's probably not even going to cost me an action. Especially if I pass. Do I want to take the horror to shuffle Timely Intervention back in, though? Suddenly, let's do story here first. The chanting grows in intensity and then dips into near silence. A loud, ringing sound bounces off of the brick walls of the sewer tunnels and rushes towards Isabelle. She drops to her knees, her ears ringing, feeling like she is bleeding to death. We're going to test willpower 3. Do I take the horror to shuffle timely intervention back into my deck? Yes. Oh, I could take the horror to put fearless back in. That's probably better. Let's do it. So I'm committing fearless from my discard pile. And it's going to go back in my deck. You just hear the ringing, exactly. Well, yes, but this is very loud and very disruptive. We're at 6-3, my friends. It's a -1. We pass by 2, no less. So we heal 2 horror. I was successful by 2 or more. And we shuffle it back in. The ringing eventually ends. Isabelle gets to her feet. She feels the brand tattoo on her inner arm burning, and then it fades. She claps her own hand to it. You're not going to take me. You're not going to do this. I will destroy you. Cut. Bottom to top. We're back around to the investigation phase. I have an on the brink cosmic flame and an emergency cache. Let's play the cosmic flame. Let's get it down now so I don't forget. 3 resources and a clue, and it has 3 charges. So my arcane slots are full, an investigation spell, a fighting spell, and a meat cleaver spell. Second action, let's move into the, I don't know, this sewer tunnel just for fun. We're rushing down to try to find more clues. Whatever tore through the wall sure wasn't trying to get into the crypt. This is the flooded crypt. It's 4 shroud, 1 clue, and a victory point. When you end your turn at this location, take a horror. That is kind of annoying. Okay. So investigating with second sight puts me at 4-4. I have it on the brink. Yeah. I'm gonna commit... Oh, hang on. Do I do this? If I commit timely intervention from the discard pile, I'm 2 up. Is that good enough? It's not bad. There are some -3s and -4s. If I commit on the brink and timely intervention, I have to take a horror to do so. I'll be 4 up, which is a lot. On the brink, I should say, is a skill card with 2 wilds. Max 1 committed per skill test. If this test fails, return each other card committed to this test to its owner's hand and draw a card. Isabelle Barnes says, commit an eligible skill test from your discard pile to this test. After this test resolves, shuffle that card into your deck. Can someone... I'm happy to look this up as well. You know what? I bet it's going to be in the rulebook, which I will go grab and look at briefly. But a question for my rules heads in the chat. I'm committing timely intervention from the discard pile. That free trigger says, after this test resolves, shuffle that card into your deck. On the brink says, if this test fails, return each other card committed to its owner's hand and draw a card. My reading is, if it succeeds, it goes back in. If it fails, I get to choose, I guess, the order of... Anyway, I think it would come back to hand. That feels to be how it should work. If this test fails is before after this test ends. So, does that mean it returns to my hand and then shuffles into my deck? Because that's silly. I mean, it's silly, but it may well be how it works. I'm just checking the rulebook, because I imagine there's something in here about this. Let's find out. Oh, hell yeah. Guys, some of the card art is in the book, and it looks so good. Types of actions. Skill test What the hell is this? Can y'all see this art? Look at this. Daniela's like, fuck, what the hell? Oh, Daniela, save me. I love it, man. Mythos, trauma, death, and insanity. Also my band name. Class archetypes. Oh, I never even read this. Oh, sheesh. Sorry, guys. There's a whole thing about survivors in here. Well, too late for that. The Grim Rule, Table Talk, Scenario Resolution, Easily Missed Rules. That's quite sweet. That's actually very sweet that there's a whole ass list of them. Glossary. God, I don't want to do this for long, guys. I'm so sorry. Grim rule for now. I'm going to presume if this test fails, timely intervention will shuffle back into my deck. On the brink will return to my hand. I have to take a horror to commit it anyway, so I'm going to do that. 4 up. And then I'll go look it up when I'm on break. When I'm on break. We are investigating the sewer tunnels. Oh. There's a massive... Sorry, to get back into the story here. There's a massive hole in the wall as something perhaps burst forth from a crypt. This is beneath a church? We don't know. Isabelle's like, can this demon raise the dead? Oh, shit, yeah, you're right. Okay, so in that case, though, Flower, On the Brink is not very good. Right? Because, again, I'll look it up and see what I can find here, but it sure feels to me like, it feels to me like what you're supposed to do is commit a bunch of shit from your hand, and then On the Brink returns the rest of it. Yes, okay. That feels bad considering that this is in a core set with the only survivor that exists currently. -2. Sure, the card that doesn't exist in this setting. -2. Succeed. On the Brink goes to the discard pile. Timely intervention goes back. Yes. Sorry, I have to shuffle. Sorry. Yes, indeed, Nomhair. We were just debating the order of operations of something. It didn't end up mattering too much anyway. Oh, the tentacle is just peeking out of the bag. I see it right on top. I know the point of using an opaque bag is I can't see into it, so I will shuffle and not look, but we get a clue with our second sight. I didn't reveal a cultist, so I don't have to spend a charge. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so On the Brink, I think, is meant to be more so used like in a sort of more normal survivor deck, perhaps. Bottom stone. All right. We have shuffled it back in. I have an emergency cash in hand. When my turn ends at this location, I must take a horror, 1 damage, 2 horror, 2 clues, and 3 resources. I mean, I guess that isn't... Like, that's not... That is kind of par for the course in Arkham, right? They're like, oh, put this person on the art. And you're like, but this person's ability doesn't work with it. And they're like, okay. I think survivors are going to continue to get skill cards that, like, you know, well, strong skill cards. Isabelle looks in horror as a crypt buried beneath an old church, now paved, long since paved over, turned into, you know, something else, maybe a den of sin. A hole in the wall. Clearly, something had burst out from inside, that side. Who knows what it was. We took a horror when we ended our turn. We have 2 clues. Upkeep draws me a card. It's a Mark of Elokos, and we get a resource. The Mark of Elokos begins to burn on her arm once more. It's a revelation. When your turn ends, take a damage. Assign that damage to an asset you control if able. Double action, discard Mark of Elokos. I think I know what I have to do with this. Mythos phase, we go to 5 out of 6 Doom. A little slow in solo, unfortunately, because of how movement works. I wish there was one of them free trigger move abilities on Sewer Culvert. We draw an encounter card. A Zealot. Well, this is actually okay. The Zealot is aloof, and after it enters play, place a Doom on it, but we were already at the Witching Hour. So we don't advance, and... Whoa. My hands are covering so much light. You guys seeing this? Okay, doesn't matter. To be fair, no fire, as requested. Chanting comes from down the hall as Isabelle ducks behind the broken wall. Someone, a cultist, walks past, clearly on patrol. So this doesn't do anything. and it's aloof, so I'm pretty pleased about that. I think it's back around. It's a very simple turn. It's double action, discard Mark of Elokos, move back to the sewer culvert. That's it! I need to get rid of the Mark of Elokos because it does damage that I cannot prevent. I don't have bandages or an ally. Okay. The chanting once again grows louder and then dips back down to silence. Ooh, I see you, Namir. Okay, I don't need this right now. I'm just trying to shuffle away the tentacle that I can see. Don't love that. Okay, we go background. In the enemy phase, this aloof zealot doesn't do anything. No, not at all. I'll have to look at it. We go to upkeep. We draw a card and gain a resource. It's Dr. Henry Armitage. We have 5 resources, 1 damage, 2 horror, 2 clues. Henry Armitage is a 3-cost asset that takes up the ally slot. It has a bunch of soak. It gives me a bunch of stats. This guy's going down. Like, on the board, not, dead. Just as you put away the mark, you could have killed him with it. The mark of Elokos. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I could have killed Henry Armitage with it. Ah, no, it's burning me. Isabelle, no. Isabelle returns to the sewer culvert, and who should be coming down but reinforcements? Now, Dr. Henry Armitage probably shouldn't be exploring old sewers, especially when there are evil cultists afoot, but them's the breaks. Mythos phase. We place another Doom on the agenda. We go to 7 out of 6 Doom, which means we remove all Doom from play, and we advance. So there is an aloof zealot here at the flooded crypt. What, you got an issue with Armitage or something? Agenda 1B, Flame in the Dark. From somewhere deep within the bowels of the city, a searing flame grows in intensity. Those who bear the mark of the Queen arise to herald her return. If the servant of flame is set aside, spawn it at the underground cistern. It's dead. Each investigator must test willpower 4. Each investigator who fails takes a direct horror. Well, I dropped my hand. Can't a bunny want to see an academic burned, flailed, and shot? Maybe I'm just anti-intellectual. Maybe I just don't like his stuffy attitude. That's personal. Oh god. Look, Nom here, like it or not, he's gonna join Isabelle on this journey. I am not gonna commit Dr. Armitage to this test. I'm not gonna take a horror to commit On the Brink to this test. I'm just gonna take the test at 4 to 4, and I'm just gonna hope. An Elder Thing. -3, fail, take a direct horror. We're up to 3 horror. If you fail, draw the topmost copy of Fire in the encounter discard pile. There are none, because they haven't been added yet, so at least there's that. Maybe new Armitage isn't that bad. It's true, he does like pie, which is like... I mean, I like pie, but I hear you. I hear you. Can you really trust someone who doesn't like cake? Okay. Agenda 2A. So, a flame grows in intensity from further down the hall. Something is happening further down in the sewers. Agenda 2A, a ritual. The air is choked with noxious smoke as the sounds of chanting grow louder. 10 Doom. Each enemy at a location with a copy of Fire attached cannot be damaged. It sucks. That sucks. Mathematical constants. I love it. Yeah, well, I mean, apparently there's a toxic waste pit down here, which feels very Batman-coded to me. We have to draw an encounter card. The ritual continues, but we still need one more clue, and there's 3 sewer tunnels. I bet one of them's not going to have any clues. Extraplanar visions. Revelation, test willpower or intellect X. X is the number of cards in your hand. If you fail, take a damage and discard a card at random from your hand. Yuck. Well, I am going to test willpower, and I'm at 4 to 2. I'm not taking a direct horror. It's true. Fair play. A massive flood's been through. Presumably these sewer tunnels brought a lot of stuff up to the surface. Ooh. I like the feel of this token. It's a skull. Minus X, the number of fire treacheries in play, 0. Success. A vision jumps to the forefront of Isabelle's mind. Dr. Armitage grabs her elbow as she starts to buckle. Are you all right, Miss Barnes? I'm fine. Let's just find these people and end this. We're back around to the investigation phase. I'm going to play Dr. Henry Armitage. Ta-da! It cost me 3 resources. He cost me 3 resources, I should say. He gives me a willpower and an intellect boost. The first action you perform each round does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I only have an emergency cash in hand. There's a possibility here of, like, drawing cards, because I would be looking for, like, I don't know. Actually, I'm essentially set up. I don't have charisma. Isabelle Barnes does not have charisma. She's a hunter. She's a survivor. She doesn't need it. Oh, man. Where's Jim when you need him? Maybe he'll come in clutch at the end. Who knows? So I could just draw cards, but I also need to progress the act here. And I'm pretty much set up. So let's go into another sewer tunnel. Hey! Hey! Wait a second. I took charisma at character creation. No, I'm here. And I spent XP on it. Is it working? So we have 2 clues, 2 victory points, which is kind of fun. Let's get away from the zealot and go to this sewer tunnel. Infested pipes. 1 shroud, 1 clue. I have 1 action left. After you enter this location, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded, and draw it. Whatever is here is worse than rats. That's cute. Discarding cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and draw it. A Cantor of Flame. By flame and blade, in shade and blood, our queen reborn after the flood. See, yeah, canonically it's nice. Yeah, swarm of rats, exactly. Rats, 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 rats. No, this is worse than rats. It's a man! Isabelle ventures into another large, kind of probably effluent pipe, right? Like a large pipe that's allows for the excess flow of waste and wastewater. Standing guard, another cultist, robed, wielding a little sickle, sees her coming and grins viciously. He's a 2/2/2 retaliate, and we're gonna kick his ass. Let's go kick his ass. Meat Cleaver gives me +2 combat, and if it defeats an enemy, I can heal a horror. And I have to take a horror to deal +1 damage. Cosmic Flame, I have to spend a charge to deal +1 damage, but I would be fighting with willpower. Oh, 5/2. It's all the same. Let's use the Meat Cleaver. I'll take a horror. It's a Meat Cleaver. I'll put the horror on Armitage. Isabelle goes, "Stand back, Doctor!" What? Just runs up to him as he also runs at her with the sickle. Very exalted. I mean, but a lot less cool, I think. Just 2 people just trying to murder each other in a sewer. So I took the horror. No, I should put it on me, because I can heal it if I kill him. So I am fighting at 5 combat. 5/2. Zero. Success. I took a... Whoa! I need that 0, buddy. I guess I gotta go back in the bag. I need that. Isabelle manages to duck his wicked-looking sickle and brings the Meat Cleaver down on the side of his neck. Blood spurts out of his artery. As he chokes, he smiles. "You cannot stop. What is coming?" Just bleeds out on the ground. If this attack defeats an enemy, you may heal a horror. So I'll heal the horror that I took. Not bad. That's that. That's that. That's the end of my turn, because I played Henry and I moved and I murdered a man. All right. Canonically, we've got 2 dead cultists. Someone keep track of this. Can we get a cultist death count? I'm not going to put the count. No, I want to keep the counter for Road to Empress. So, I'm not going to do that. We're at 2 dead cultists and 1 live cultist. Enemy phase. This zealot does nothing but looking through an ancient crypt, probably for a corpse. We have 2 resources, 2 clues, 4 health, and 6 sanity. Thank you very much. Nomhair! We draw a card. Fearless level 2. We gain a resource. We go to 3. Fearless level 2 is going to be a great commit to a willpower test because it'll heal some of this horror. Okay. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. We go to 1 out of 10 Doom. I wonder if we should explore the other sewer tunnels before we spend 3 clues to go to the cistern. Because we might need additional clues for something. But, like, it's just so long. Oh, man. Well, we'll see. We go to 1 out of 10 Doom. What else is coming out of this pipe after destroying this zealot? Blasphemous Invocation. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by. For each point you fail by. Sheesh. Place a doom on the cultist enemy. Place a doom on a cultist enemy with no doom on it. For each point you fail by, place a doom on a cultist enemy with no doom on it. If you fail and no doom was placed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist and draw it. It's a good point, Nomhair. Max 1. Yeah, right? That's the phrasing of that is weird though, right? Surely it should mean place that many doom. Oh no, that's what it would say. It would say place that many doom on a cultist with no doom on it. I mean, but also it's a willpower test. I'm just going to take it, right? This zealot down here is trying a blasphemous invocation to try to raise a creature from the dead. Willpower 3. I have 5 willpower. I will commit Fearless to this test to be 7 to 3. The reason I am doing this is to heal horror. Yeah, and thankfully, okay, but later this is going to be a huge problem. -1. We succeed by 2 or more. We succeed by 3, in fact, so I will heal 2 horror. And we pass. Emergency cash in hand. Okay. The invocation is perhaps succeeding, but somehow Isabelle Barnes has managed to slow it down, at least. Because one option would be... Yeah, see, I like what they're doing. I see what they're doing, and I like it. Because they're aloof. It's so annoying. Oh, man. There have been many designs for Doom-like cult enemies, and they enter play, they put a Doom on them. Every mythos, they get a Doom. Every time you do a certain action, they gain a Doom, but they always spawn far from you. Blah, all this crap. Okay, well, I want this clue. And then we can either spend 3 clues and move into the cistern, or we can move back to the culvert and on to a different sewer tunnel. We might want more clues. Let's get this clue to start. Second sight. I have 3 intellect, actually, because of Dr. Henry Armitage. And in my discard piles, an On the Brink and a Fearless. I think we just second sight it. 5 to 1. Don't want to lose all my clues, or my charges, obviously, but... -2. We don't even need to spend a charge. We get the clue, we move back, and we move on to a different sewer tunnel. Isabelle and Dr. Armitage have now left a bit of a trail of bodies in their wake. And as we've moved on to another sewer tunnel, we can hear the chanting continuing to grow in intensity. The number of... Because of the echo in the sewer tunnels, it is impossible to know how many cultists there are down here, which makes Isabelle a little nervous. Smuggler's Cache. Judging by the quality of the hooch and contraband... The hooch! This stash was put here by the Sheldon gang. You can help yourself, so long as they don't find out. 3 shroud, no clues, annoyingly. When you end your turn at this location, gain a resource. Well, thank you, I will. I go up to 4 resources at the end of the investigation phase. Upkeep. An overpower, gonna be great for a meat cleaver, and we get another resource, and we go to 5. We've got a pretty full board, got a good number of resources. There are no clues here, so presumably this tunnel has a clue on it. Well, you only need 3, but like it would be crazy to have only 3 places with clues, because it's 3 eye clues to get into the cistern, so that would be crazy. So yeah, this must have clues. Move back, move in, get clues. I imagine it's going to be like, whoa, take a damage when you end your turn here, or whatever. Anyway, it is nice. Isabelle sort of takes a moment to note that, and maybe I'll pull on some of the hooch. It's nice to note that even down here, where some real dark magic is at play, it's still nice to see evidence of the surface. You know, evidence of the smugglers and the crime that happens here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh god, Nomhair, I hate it. I hate the enemies that grow in intensity. You're like, no! Because, like, you know, if you get to it early, it's fine. But, like, if you don't, you're like, oh god, no. Okay, upkeep drew me an overpower and gained me a resource. We go to 2 out of 10 doom. I gotta move, because if I want to get another clue and then get in there, I gotta get to it. Let's see. If we draw something that wastes more time, we won't have a ton of time left. Dark Magician is a victory 1 enemy. He does a damage and a horror. He's a humanoid cultist. 4 fight, 4 health, 2 evade, hunter, retaliate. When the round ends, place a doom on the enemy with no doom on it, nearest to Dark Magician. Okay. In the core set, there was a 4/4/2 victory enemy. I don't think he had victory, actually. Maybe he did, I can't remember. Every mythos phase, it would gain a doom. This is a 4/4/2 that says, when the round ends, place a doom on the enemy with no doom on it, nearest to Dark Magician. So, he dooms up other cultists. Yeah, Wizard of the Order is the one I'm thinking of. It would have elusive Nomhair, yeah. Because it's just trying to do it. The cultists are just trying to do their thing, right? Okay. The chanting grows louder, and from down the hall, a man that can only be described as Christopher Lee arrives. His nails are sharp. His eyes glow with an internal fire. And he grins once more. Pot that greed! As he moves towards Isabelle. Ah, I'm scared, guys. Okay, so he's engaged with me. I have 3 evade, so he will doom up other enemies. I think the play is defeat him, right? And this is going to waste a lot of time, so then next turn I'll have to go into the cistern. However, Meat Cleaver, Cosmic Flame, it's all pretty good stuff. I have an Overpower in hand. So I could Cosmic Flame, then Meat Cleaver with an Overpower. And then I would still have an action left. Because those would each do 2 damage. Then what? I wouldn't move into the cistern. I don't want to move into the cistern right away. I'd move back to the culvert. No, I don't have time for that. Don't think I'm gonna have time. I think Isabelle readies her weapons as Dr. Armitage shrinks back into the shadows. Oh no, they've found us! Exactly, she grins. They've found us. Sip of coffee? Alright. Cosmic Flame allows me to fight with willpower, so I'd be 5-4. Oh god, he has Retaliate? Oh, what a disaster. What if I take a direct horror with On the Brink? No, I should On the Brink the Overpower. Maybe. Just limit once per round. My ability is once per round. Have I used it more than once? I don't think so. Cultist Painted Tentacle. I shouldn't use too much, huh? I do need to do something here, so I'm going to take a direct horror to commit Fearless for my discard pile. Which I am Fearless, I think. I'm fighting with willpower. Oh, the first action I perform each round does not provoke attacks of opportunity, so I could draw a card. What if that's a weakness or something? What would I be looking to draw? Timely intervention? What else? Unexpected courage? Because, yeah, what's my last action going to be? I don't want to waste actions, though, right? He does have retaliate, which is not very good for me. But I think we just go for it. So we're recommitting Fearless from my discard pile. This is 7-4 with the Cosmic Flame. Fire leaps out of Isabelle's hands. The magician grins again and says something in a language that Isabelle does not understand. But it feels like he is mocking her. -1. Succeed. By 2. So we spend a charge from Cosmic Flame. God, I'm running out of resource tokens. Resources. There you are. Hiya. Which deals +1 damage. So he goes to 2 damage. Which I will put down, if I don't kill him. And I heal 2 horror. Heal both of my horror. Which is fine by me. And I shuffle Fearless back into my deck. Alright, the flame leaps out and sort of catches the bottom of this magician's robes. He gasps, but no other sound escapes his mouth other than mocking laughter. Isabelle is gonna... Thank you very much! No, I'm here. Whoop. Isabelle is gonna try to rush him down. Second action, I'm going to fight with the Meat Cleaver. +2 combat for this attack, so that's 5-4. I'll commit an Overpower from hand. 7-4. Let's try to overpower him, shall we? Do you guys like that sound? I love this sound. It's very satisfying. Tablet, -2. -4 if you're at a ritual site location, so -2. Phew. Okay. We succeed. We draw a card from Overpower. It's a Will of the Cosmos. I'll take that. And we do 2 more damage. The Dark Magician falls. His laughter echoes throughout the tunnel. I'm going to stick him... He has victory, so I'm going to stick him under the thing here. Shalinia! Thank you. More like +4, Shalinia. How you doing? Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. Solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Today, Isabelle Barnes is attempting to disrupt the final ritual of the Brethren of Ash. It would appear that they are trying to summon a fire demon named Elikos. Yeah, they did give him victory, because it was definitely pretty pissy in the original Core Flower. Like, annoying, you know? Okay, Isabelle's managed... Oh, our cultist count is 3 now. We've killed 3 cultists. Murdered 3 people. That is why we're here, I guess. We burned him, and then we slashed him. I defeated an enemy. Oh, sorry, I had to have taken a horror for that, which I then heal with Meat Cleaver. I should have done that, I forgot. Okay. And I drew a card with Overpower, which was a Will of the Cosmos, which is fine by me. Oh, Shalinia. I'm sorry about that. I am sorry to hear it. Let's hope that your Saturday is restful, delightful, and sleep-filled. I hope you can catch some Z's. And if my voice describing the doomed things that happen here helps you at all, then I say rock on. So here's the thing about the Smuggler's Cache does not connect to the Cistern anyway, actually, so I have to go back last action to the Culvert. Will of the Cosmos places a doom on a player card, and then I discover a clue at my location and a clue at another revealed location. So my assumption is Cistern's going to have clues. So I'll go there, and then I can get clues off of this, whatever this is, and this, and then I'll have 2 clues, which should be pretty nice. Wizard of the Order is 2. Oh, was he a 4/2/2? He got Doom faster. It felt more... What's the word I'm looking for? Like RNG, you know? part of the reason Midnight Masks is so awesome but also so frustrating is the RNG-ness of it. Depending on where people spawn, who knows how much movement you have, who knows where people are going to be. It's just a disaster. And then the cultists accumulate doom. You can accumulate the doom on the agenda in like 2 rounds if you're unlucky. Whereas I feel like now, with this new core set, they're trying to balance it better. And I think mostly it's been quite successful. We move back to the culvert. The Smuggler's Cove was a dead end. She looks down the final tunnel that they have not yet been down. Nods to Dr. Armitage. You ready to stop this once and for all? That was drawing a card from Overpower, which means Upkeep draws me a Second Sight, an intellect icon, and I go to 6 resources. I have 3 clues, which is what I need to get into the underground cistern. Mythos phase. We go to 3 out of 10 doom, and we draw an encounter card. Back in the sewer culvert, ready to venture forth once more. Languor. It's not languor. Sorry, everybody. Apparently, I speak one language okay and one language okay. That's about it. This is a bane and a hex. A sudden exhaustion fills Isabelle and apparently Armitage as well. Put languor into play in your threat area. Limit 1 per investigator. Double action, discard it. That might be this turn, maybe. After your turn forced effect. After your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck. If it is a weakness, draw it. Otherwise, you cannot play or commit cards of that type this round. Yuck. Well, I don't have a ward of protection or anything, so I guess this languor. Why does that sound wrong? I'm thinking of a different word that has a w in it. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be dealing with it before it hits us at least once. I'm thinking I'll move into the tunnels. Yes. After your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck. If it is a weakness, draw it. Otherwise, you cannot play or commit cards of that type. Asset, event, or skill. So, yeah. So I could double action discard and move in, or I could move in and then double action discard. But let's move back around to the investigation phase. When my turn begins, I discard a premonition. I'm so tired, I can't even premonition successfully. God, that's annoying. Let's move in first to the sewer tunnels, because we don't know what's going to happen here. So I cannot commit or play events this round. So let's have a look at this final sewer tunnels. Overgrown tunnels. 2 shroud and a clue. Ugh. The worst. Gnarled roots have reclaimed the network of tunnels, making them difficult to navigate. After you enter this location, lose an action. That's super crappy. Honestly, that's so bad. So I've lost an action, so I have 1 was move, 2 was lose. I could have double action discarded and then moved in, but of course, I assumed it was going to be the other way around. It was going to be like, if you end your turn here. Delicious, Mr. Butt. Delicious water. All right. Well, obviously all of the roots and things are contributing to having to clamber over all sorts of plant matter, and it is devastating. So, my last action could be move into the underground cistern. I would have no actions left. But the alternative is staying here, doing something, drawing a card probably, and then next turn, I would double action discard and move in anyway. So I think I want to move in, and hopefully I'll have actions left to do this next turn. I think that feels right. I'm at 3 out of 10 doom. You cannot, hang on, you cannot play or commit cards of that type. Okay, but you can still activate. Yeah, you can activate your assets. Okay, that's good. Play or commit. I mean, it would suck to not be able to commit skills, because I currently have an on the brink and an overpower in the discard pile. I think we're okay. What am I drawing for? I think we're just the game was rigged from the start. Welcome back, Nom Hair. As Isabelle left the smuggler's cache, which was a dead end anyway, she and Dr. Armitage were hit by an intense tiredness. After your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck. If it's a weakness, draw it. Otherwise, you cannot play or commit cards of that type for the rest of the round. So I discarded a premonition. I decided rather than discard this first, I would move into this location first. And the overgrown tunnels made me lose an action. So I only have one action left. Fuck it. Let's move. Let's just do it. I have a Will of the Cosmos in hand, so I'll be able to grab this clue from the cistern, hopefully. Last action. I may well take a big hit here, but we're pretty prepared for that, I think. Let's move last action into the underground cistern. Strange chants echo through the tunnels, hinting at the location of the cult's lair. So I have to spend 3 clues, which I did. 4 Shroud. 2 clues. There's a forced effect. I have to, after I enter, I have to advance the act, but I'm going to read it. It says, if there are no clues on Underground Cistern, place clues on it up to its clue value, so it continually refreshes. Forced, when the investigation phase ends, shit, that's going to be now. Discard each ready non-elite cultist enemy at this location. Place a doom on the agenda for each enemy discarded this way. That is like in the original core. Exactly. We have entered the underground cistern. Let us advance to Act 1B, the ritual site. The chanting leads you through a labyrinth of tunnels to a dry cistern. Several dozen robed figures kneel before a burning birch tree, chanting. How'd they get a birch tree down here? Your friend, Amanda, is among them. You must stop them before they sacrifice themselves for Elikos. So Amanda's been turned, right? She's been brainwashed. Or she's a willing volunteer. We don't know. Spawn the set-aside Elikos enemy at Underground Cistern. Faint Embers side face up. Well, that sounds nice. Faint Embers makes it sound like it's not going to be so bad. It's somewhere in here. Elikos. Faint. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's look at that in a second. She's beefy. Am I out of music? Whoa. Music's been okay, guys? Not too loud? Yeah, apparently not. Yeah, she's like, oh, if it's going to end in water, I'm going to make it end in fire instead. The investigator at Underground Cistern draws one of the set-aside fire treacheries. Fire reads, attach it to the nearest location without fire. When the investigation phase ends, each non-elite card with health at this location takes a direct damage. Test agility 3. If you succeed, discard fire. So that's going to be right now, because I'm ending the investigation phase. So as we enter, there's going to be a massive fire raging. It's going to deal damage to me and Dr. Armitage. It's also getting very busy up here. Let's pull everything back. I think I have space to do this. I might take a bit of a hit. Ugh. Shuffle each other copy of Fire into the encounter deck, along with the set-aside Queen's Knight and Herald of Flame enemies. Put the set-aside Sluice control location into play. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this. Oh god. I'm gonna need some more card sleeves as well, because I did not sleeve up those enemies, thinking they didn't necessarily go in the encounter deck. Queen's Knight, Herald of Flame. Good lord. I'm gonna need a couple. I think we're actually gonna take a quick break, I think, guys, because I'll sleeve these up and shuffle them in. My cat is currently looking at the back door and howling to go outside. Yeah, I'm sorry, Requiem. When I was living with my parents, like at home with my parents when we were younger, we had a cat who, for like 6 or 7 years, didn't want to go outside. Indoor cat. Then all of a sudden just became a cat that was like, oh, I'm gonna like rush out every time someone opens a door. I'm just gonna always get out there. And we just were like, well, I guess you're an outdoor cat now. I mean, I didn't make that decision. My parents did. But Sometimes beings change, you know? Oh, God. Okay, so. Elikos, faint embers side face up. Fire. Shuffle each other copy of fire along with these 2 enemies into the encounter deck, but not the encounter discard pile, and put sluice control into play, which is connected to the underground cistern, annoyingly. So I'll refresh the play area, I think. Our cat went outside, and then when they returned, I have to remember to chat sooner to properly count as here, heavily enjoying this burning of everything. Quorotes, welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I, too, am enjoying the burning. I mean, I'm scared, obviously, but it is what it is. I'm just glad you're here. My God, I'm glad you're here. Okay. I'll read all of this and I'll clean this up when we take a short break. But in the meantime, I will read Act 2A. And everyone will get a break this way. Act 2A, Stop the Rite. You must stop the rite at any cost. You could scour the cistern for a means to stop the cult, or you could try to chop their profane idol to tinder. Imagine seeing a birch tree that's on fire from within, and you know it's like the way that they're going to summon a demon, and you're like, trying to cut this down to size. That's crazy. So the act has a few different things on it. It says free trigger, spend a clue as a group, discard a copy of fire at your location. That's good, because I have a Will of the Cosmos in hand, so I'll be picking up some clues. Forced, when the round ends, each cultist enemy moves once towards the underground cistern. As long as they're connected. I bet it's connected. Oh, guys, I fucked up pretty bad, actually. Oh, yeah, wow. Hang on, I have to take some stuff back here. Okay, team, I'm taking a short break. Thank you all for your patience with this and me. I'm loving the scenario so far. The cultist count, the dead cultist count is 3. Okay? Keep that in mind. We're probably murdering a few more before the day is up. See you back on Doomed in just a few minutes. Hello, and welcome back to Doomed. Solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Today, Isabelle Barnes, the Returned, is making her way down into the sewers beneath Arkham to try to stop the Brethren of Ash's horrific plan to resummon a fire demon. Should be a good time. She's currently murdered 3 people. That's right. 3 murders. It's Eleanor. Hello, and welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I took a short break. I had to sleeve up a couple extra cards I didn't realize. And then I also made a mistake in my play, so I've tried to reset back to that point. And that brings us back to where we were. Shoot-a-roo. Gotta move everything up, and then I will rejig the board after. How are you doing, Eleanor? Wonderful to have you with us. So, because I couldn't move from the overgrown tunnels into the culvert, exactly Cthulhu. She has premonitions, right? She is partially a mystic. She doesn't quite know what that means. She's like Daisy, right? Well, no, not like Daisy. Daisy studied. She just figured out. So busy. Is that a bad thing? Busy with good stuff? Let me know in the chat. So we move back to Sewer Culvert. It's the end of my turn. I must upkeep. Next, we will draw an draw a card. It's Jim Culver, and take a resource. We go up to 7 resources. Agnes had premonitions. It's true. That's a good point. And we go to 4 Doom out of 10. Now, I'm still thinking about the fact that I have Languor active. Oh! Congrats, it's Eleanor. Wait, I think I maybe knew that. That's exciting. Can you remind us of the show? I mean, most of the people in the chat here are not from the city, so they won't be able to attend, but I hope it goes really well. We go to 4 out of 10 Doom, and we draw an encounter card. Oh, fuck, right. I keep forgetting. That's so exciting. God damn it. Japan in May. Or late April. That's so nice. I have never been further afield than parts of Europe, which is very exciting, of course. That is... Japan is going to be awesome. All right, we return to the culvert. I'm so excited. What are your plans? Maybe you don't have plans. Maybe you're just vibing. I don't know. We return to the culvert, we place a doom on the agenda, and we draw an encounter card. Oh no. It's a hellhound. A horrific barking sound from down the bend a tuba. Famously something that bends. I mean, I like it though, Nom here, honestly. A horrific barking sound echoes across the brick walls as Izzy turns and sees a creature more of flame than of fur rushing towards her. Hellhound is a 2 fight, 3 health, 4 evade enemy. It's a monster hunter. After it attacks you during the enemy phase, choose and discard an asset you control. Yeah, bow bow. Bow bow? Bye bye? Be bye? Babu? Doggo? Oh, is that the tuba sound? Is that the tuba sound bending? I don't know. Okay, well, I had said the plan was going to be move, and then have an action, but that's not what... Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I've never heard that before. No, I'm here. Yeah! Oh, God, Eleanor, yes, absolutely. I've been streaming Doomed for a long time. Normally, I stream it... Right away, Mr. Butt. Normally, I stream it on a digital platform where you can all kind of see the board state. And... there's a lot of quality of life stuff, and because it's a digital version, you know, shuffling cards is easy, and it's like there's a lot of scripts to sort of place things for you. Obviously, I'm not doing that because I wanted to try playing with real life cards. Arkham Horror is a card game for 1 to 4 players, so up to 4. I mean, yeah. And certainly it's a different experience in solo than it is. I think it's meant to be played multiplayer, but you can play solo, and it's just a very different experience. Essentially, we take on the... I'm just very briefly here. That is true. Mr. Butt is hating the angle here. That is fair. Fair play. We take on the role of an investigator who is investigating and trying to defeat creatures of the mythos. In this campaign, we're playing Isabelle Barnes, the Returned. She's a chosen hunter, and she returned from captivity with a cult to try to take on and disrupt their plans in the town of Arkham, and now she's down in the sewers beneath the town, trying to get to the underground cistern where the cult is hiding out. It is not, although if my understanding is correct, and it may not be, but if it is, my understanding is that the Arkham Asylum is borrowed from Lovecraft's work, or is it the other way around? Someone in the chat will correct me. So they're not related, but Arkham Asylum from the Batman universe is borrowed from this, or vice versa. Yeah, it's true. Requiem makes a good point. I've played multiplayer a few times, but my ego is too big, apparently. Anyway, we've got this Hellhound. We got to defeat this Hellhound, guys, right? We must destroy it. So I have a Cosmic Flame. Oh no, Mr. Butt, why? Yes, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Rich. I appreciate it. All right. Have you tried throwing a bone? That would be essentially evading, I would assume. No, sorry. My turn begins, and I must discard the top card of my deck. It is a Lucky Charm. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. Unfortunately for me today, it's very bad. So I cannot play or commit assets. Well, I have 2, and I can't play or commit them, so they're going to go over there. That's fine. Defeat the Hellhound. Oh my god, what a disaster. Ugh. All of these forced effects suck! Yeah, I gotta defeat the Hellhound for sure. So, I'm gonna discard. What do I have in my discard pile? An Overpower and an On the Brink. Well, I think we're gonna... Let's see. Okay, Cosmic Flame, I'll be fighting at 5-2, so let's just do that. It's true, Nomhair. I didn't even... yeah, Nomhair is correct. I didn't even... The Heckhound. I didn't even consult my partner. I was just like, get out of here, Nomhair. Cultist. -2, if this is an attack or evasion targeting a cultist enemy. It is not. This is a monster and not a person. Success! We do not need to spend a charge to do a single point of damage with the Cosmic Flame. Flames, once again, shoot forth from Isabelle's hands. She's been branded by the cult of the Brethren of Ash, the cult of Elikos, but she is somehow resistant to their magic. Perhaps because the Olmsteads thought of her as the final piece. Oh, that's nice, Cthulhu. I might consider it Mr. Butt, but the horrible gnashing teeth tells me otherwise. And then I'm going to hit it with a meat cleaver. Now again, just to be clear, guys, I don't condone violence. This is a hellhound. Okay? Just to be clear. I'm going to fight at 5 with the meat cleaver, 7 with the overpower. I have to take a direct horror to recommit this. It can confirm, Requiem. Liz can kick my ass. Tablet. -2. I'm not at a ritual site location. Okay. So -2, which succeeds. This overpower draws me a card. It's a weakness. This is getting really bad. And then this shuffles back in, but I defeat the Hellhound and I heal a horror. Okay. Heckhound. Whoops, that goes over there. So hilariously, we have essentially spent the turn that I was like, oh, I will just like run back through. Like I can't anymore. I drew Breaking Point. Oh wow! Now that makes sense, Nomhair. That it would be a real place, right? Okay, so I've shuffled Overpower back in, and I drew my Breaking Point weakness. I think having to defeat this enemy has done a number on Isabelle. Take a direct damage. Then if you have 6 or fewer remaining sanity... I don't, so that's okay. I'll just take a direct damage. I have 3 health left. It's not ideal. But Breaking Point goes in the bin. Oh, hang on. The first action I perform each round does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I think I'm just going to move into the sewer tunnels last action. And then at the when I end my turn, I have to choose and discard a card from my hand. It'll be this emergency cache. Oakham and Arkwright. These are, look, I am learning so much today. Okay, so back at the culvert, summoned demon dog rushed at us. We sprayed it with a little bit of blue cosmic flame and then took the cleaver to it. It has been defeated, and we've moved back to sewer tunnels, which means I had to discard a card from my hand. So I have not yet advanced the act. I know all this shit technically. Let's go to upkeep, draws me a card and gains me a resource. It's Fearless, level 2. Hilariously, I don't really need the horror healing right now. We go to 8 resources. 3 health, 9 sanity. But I still have Henry down. This is okay. I just have to figure out what I'm doing here in terms of everything else. Okay. Mythos phase. We go to 5 out of 10 Doom. Now I might... I know now what's coming here, so it feels a bit cheap. I would have run here last action. I need to double action discard. Do I need to double action discard Langur? It's not... If I hit the wrong thing, I'm in big trouble. So maybe I don't. We'll see. Anyway, I have to draw an encounter card. We're at 5 out of 10 Doom, Cosmic Evils. Well, I'm not taking a direct damage and a direct horror, so I'm going to place another Doom on the agenda. What? 6. 6 out of 10. Oh, the ritual nears its completion. Oh, no. All right. Oh, God. All right. Isabelle, we got to get out of here, buddy. When my turn begins, the curse, the hex that was placed upon her by one of the dark magicians, maybe, causes me to discard the top card of my deck. It's a perception. So this round, I cannot commit skills. So that includes the on the brink that's in my discard pile and the perception that's in my discard pile. I guess this isn't the worst. So I'm thinking... Yeah, exactly, Flower. I'm thinking double action discard Languor, then move into the ritual site. I should do this. If I move into the ritual site first... Yeah, seriously, no, I'm here, yeah. No, let's do it. I'm gonna leave Languor on the board. I'm gonna maybe regret that pretty heavily. I'm gonna move all this down so that I can first action move into the underground cistern. Now, I would advance the act here. As a reminder, when we advance the act, the chanting leads you through a labyrinth of tunnels to a dry cistern. Several dozen robed figures kneel before a burning birch tree, chanting. Your friend, Amanda Sharp, is among them. You must stop them before they sacrifice themselves for Elikos. So, Elikos is spawned faint embers side face up. The investigator here draws a copy of fire. Shuffle each other copy of fire into the encounter deck along with Queen's Knight and Herald of Flame. Put the set aside sluice control into play. Let's move a few things over here. So, we've spent our 3 clues that we had. We are in the underground cistern. It will constantly get clues back, which is good. Sluice control goes over here. It's another connection. It's another location connected to the underground cistern. Elikos, faint embers side face up, and fire. Okay. Sheesh. It's a lot happening here, guys. All right. Act 2A. Stop the rite. You must stop the rite at any cost. You could scour the cistern for a means to stop the cult, or you could try to chop their profane idol to tinder. Spend a clue. Discard a copy of fire at your location. Fast. That's nice. Forced. When the round ends, each cultist enemy moves once towards the underground cistern. If Elikos is defeated, advance. So, let's see. So when the round ends, cultists move towards the ritual site where they sacrifice themselves to empower Elikos. Fire is at the end of the investigation phase. Non-elite cards with enemies. Non-elite cards with health take direct damage. So that's me. That's Dr. Henry Armitage. But I can spend a clue to discard fire. Oh, and I have to shuffle these in. I almost forgot. I'm shuffling in fire and 2 elite enemies into a very thin encounter deck, which I'm not thrilled about. Sluice control is a new location. As an additional cost to enter sluice control, we must spend a clue as a group. So maybe there's a way to open the sluices and just pour a bunch of water in. That'd be nice. Faint Embers. This is Elikos Faint Embers. Let's have a look. This is important, I think. Jeez Louise, that's terrifying. Okay. An Ancient One Flora elite enemy. Oh, Flora, that's nice. 5 combat, 5 health, 5 evade, massive, retaliate, victory 5, 3 damage, 3 sanity. 3 damage and 3 horror. Thanks, Eleanor. Appreciate that you're here. Massive retaliate. Elikos gets plus 5 health per investigator, so 10 health. Cannot move. Massive. Cannot make attacks of opportunity. Free trigger. Spend a clue. Place a clue on Elikos. If Elikos has 5 clues on her. R2. So that would be how to disrupt the ritual, right? Interesting. Okay, so she can't make attacks of opportunity. She? I don't know. 5 clues. Or 10 damage. Yeah. Spend a clue to place a clue on Elikos. She has 5 clues on her. And it costs a clue to go into sluice control as well. Now, underground cistern will always refill with clues. So that's something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. At the beginning of this round, I discarded a perception, so I cannot commit skill cards. Which is okay. What I want to do is get rid of fire. So I think what I'm going to do is play... Ooh. I would like to play Will of the Cosmos, but it feels like I shouldn't do that yet. I feels like I should do that later. I could get the clues and then move out. So Elikos can't do attacks of opportunity, but it does do 3 damage and 3 horror in the enemy phase. You probably don't want to be in here, I would say. Massive retaliate, so I could evade it, but I'm not going to pass that. So in hand, I have a second sight, a spell for investigating, Jim, Fearless, level 2, which I can't commit this round because of Languor, and Will of the Cosmos, which is place a doom on a player card you control and then discover a clue here and a clue at the sewer tunnels, or another location. I'm thinking, get these clues, get out of here. And I do need the clues. Yay! Sniper, sniper. If I place a doom on a player card I control, will I be able to get rid of that player card? I could put it on the second sight, and then I have another second sight in hand, and I could play over it. Which I would have to do later. Okay, I think that's the play. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go. Isabelle takes in this massive dry cistern, complete with dozens of robed figures chanting, praying, bowing before a massive fire birch tree. She can hear splashing from behind her as other cultists come to join the I don't know what to call it, the something. Let's go. Yeah. She understands what she must do. She is going to tap into the blue, the flame, like the mark of Elikos on her, glows with fire, but she knows that she is different. She is special. I'm going to play, because I can play events, I'm going to play Will of the Cosmos. I'm going to put a doom on second sight. Then I'm going to discover a clue here and a clue there. 2 clues. Last action, I'm going to move out. I could spend my clue to get rid of fire, but I don't need to because I'm not going to be here. Man, this is going to be quite something, isn't it? This is going to be a challenge. I'll have to play over second sight at some point. Fuck yeah, move in, play over. Oof. Eesh. Anyway, 2 clues. I'll spend one of them to rush by the, or sneak around, I guess, the assembled people over to sluice control, so I'll spend a clue. I think I'm going to save my clues until I know that I might be able to get this 5 clues thing. A narrow passage leads out of the cistern up to a locked door. Although the sluice gate hasn't been opened in years, the ensuing flood might be enough to wipe out everything in the sewers, including you. Yikes. Okay. We've moved away to the sluice control. There's no better time to be a hero, it says. I know you guys can't read this, but this is amazing. 4 shroud, 2 clues. That's okay, because I will... clues from here are no bad thing. There's an action on it. This is interesting, everybody, okay? Pay attention. Action. Stop them at all costs. You try to open the sluice valve. Test agility or combat 5. If you succeed, each enemy is defeated, and each investigator that has not resigned is killed. Killed is different from defeated. Killed is permanent death. And then we go to resolution 3. So, this is our panic button, right? We could resign from the culvert. We can try to clue up Elikos or defeat Elikos, or open the sluice gates. Yeah, exactly, Nom here, right? Whee! Some people just love throwing themselves off cliffs. Some people love to be a hero. Okay, so a couple things are happening here. That's the end of the investigation phase. So fire doesn't affect Elikos. What else happens here? That's at the end of the investigation phase. When the round ends, the cultist is going to move. I agree, Flower. I mean, nicer. You know, a bit more devastating. It feels quite bad that it's like you have to sacrifice yourself. This feels bad, but it makes sense to me. I have one clue. What else? Hang on. There's a bunch of things that happen at the end of the investigation phase. So when the investigation phase ends, discards each ready non-elite cultist at this location. Place Doom. Okay. Well, there aren't any. At the end of the round, this zealot is going to move. Yo, yeah. More action hero pulp. Yeah, I agree. And nicer mechanically, I agree. Oh no. Well, no, here we'll see if the narrative emerges for that, because otherwise, I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of the turn. Enemy phase, no enemies move. Upkeep draws me an unexpected courage, which we are unexpectedly courageous, and we go to 9 resources, which is too many resources. And at the end of the round, the zealot moves to the underground cistern. No, we're killing everything. No, Izzy, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. We come around to the mythos phase again. We place another doom. We are at 7 doom out of 10, but 8 because of the doom on second sight, which I'm hoping to replace. And we draw an encounter card. Oh, I didn't cut. I've shuffled, but I did not cut. Let's presume now that I've done something really devastating. Cantor of Flame. There is a shouted command, and one of the enemies makes his way back. He starts to come up towards the locked door. Isabelle turns around and is just like, I've killed a few of you today. I'm not going to stop until I've killed you all. The Cantor of Flame is a 2/2/2 retaliate. Okay. We're back around to the investigation phase. I have to discard a card from the top of my deck. It's an asset. It's Isabelle's Twin 45. Sad. So I cannot play or commit assets. That was the plan. We are at 7 doom, 8 next turn, 9 with second sight. So I can't play over this second sight. Well, that makes things a bit easier, actually, because there's nothing I can really do. Let's kill the Cantor of Flame. Wild icons, intellect icons. Those are the only skills in my discard pile. Damn. I need to keep the train rolling, so I'm gonna fight. The Meat Cleaver takes me up to 5-2. What am I gonna do here? I want the clues off this location. Yeah, Flower, I was hoping it was like just if it's 1, but yeah, it's if there are no clues. So I might have to at some point. Okay, oh, here we go. I'm going to investigate first, actually, because Dr. Henry Armitage lets me investigate without taking an attack of opportunity. So we're going to use second sight to investigate. And I'm going to put... Bleh. This takes me up to 5-4, so I have to commit something. Perception doesn't help here. And I have no horror. I will commit... no, it's once per round. I will commit on the brink from my discard pile. Take a direct horror. Bleh, I think, is a new card, yeah. Well, is the canter made of meat, Requiem? This is the question. I'm taking a direct horror to recommit on the brink from my discard pile. Investigating 7 to 4, sorry, at the sluice gate. I don't take an attack of opportunity. -2. Success. Okay, we spend a charge from the second sight to get both clues. I have 3 clues. On the brink shuffles back into my discard pile. I'm not going to say this is a premonition, or into my deck, sorry. I'm not going to say this is a premonition, per se. Isabelle is, essentially, like, Isabelle can kind of see what the cult is attempting to accomplish, and she's starting to get flashes, not a premonition, not a flashback, but almost a vision of the Olmsteads doing a similar ritual when she was captive there. There you go. And this is a cantor of flame, so he sings flames, I guess. I will cut. Okay. So, first action, spend a charge, get both clues. So I have 3 clues now. Second action, we must defeat this cantor of flame. I will fight with the meat cleaver. 5 combat. 7 with an unexpected courage. Gantori. And I must take a horror in order to do +1 damage. +1. The decanter of flame would be absolutely terrifying. Kill him, I heal a horror. Okay. I still have an action left. Okay. Isabelle has seen now essentially a vision of the ritual in progress that the Olmsteads are doing, and then looking down upon the dry cistern, some of the robed figures, most of them have their heads down, but she can see Amanda very clearly, kind of in a trance, her eyes rolled back, and she can see some of the Olmsteads, some of her captors. All of them. Oh, God, I forgot about the Zealot. Uh-oh. Let's think about this. I am at 7 doom, 8 with the second sight. When the investigation phase ends, I discard the Zealot and place a doom, which would take me to 9, and then in Mythos it takes me to 10. So I will advance. And I bet that's going to defeat... That's going to stop me from being able to defeat Elikos. As a reminder, the Zealot is aloof. I wanted to get these clues, and I wanted to defeat the Cantor of Flame. Yeah. I'm wondering if the clue option is going to go away once I advance the agenda. It probably is, right? There is not Flower. There is something special, but there's no agenda after this one. Well, I kind of messed that up, didn't I? Because Langer discarded Isabelle's Twin 45s, I can't play over Second Sight, which was going to be my plan. And I can't lose this Doom. Damn. So I've got 3 clues. And yeah, moving back in and I only have 1 action left, and getting another action wouldn't help. Getting 1 more clue is not enough. I could move back... Hold up. I could move back in... Okay. Hold up. It is fast, but I only have 3 clues. I do have something to say here. Yeah, the squirrels won't be a problem. I want to play in your D&D game, Requiem. That sounds crazy. Okay. 2 things. There's only... No, Oh, no, I'm here. Sorry, I've spent 2 actions already. I got 2 clues off of the sluice gate, and then I killed the enemy. So I have 1 action left, and if I'm not mistaken, mistaken... Exactly, Flower, I'm coming around to that. No, but I don't, because I'm at... So here's the thing. I'm at 7. 8 with second sight, Doom here. 9 because the underground... The Zealot's going to kill itself and add a Doom to the agenda, and that's 9 total. 10 in the Mythos phase. However, I think Flower is correct. Fire says, when the investigation phase ends, each non-elite enemy with health at this location takes a direct damage. So I will opt to have the Zealot burn to death. I will opt to have it burn to death rather than sacrifice itself. The forced effect on the ritual site says, when the investigation phase ends, discard each non-ready cultist, ready non-elite cultist. Place a Doom on the agenda. Okay. I know it's hard to see. It's a real mess, guys. I know what's going on here. Okay. Okay. I think this is good. So the Zealot will burn to death. Yeah. The Zealot will burn to death, and we'll technically have a little extra time. Just the littlest bit of extra time. I have 1 action remaining. I do not want to move in to the ritual site. That is a bad idea, because then I'm taking a 3 damage, 3 health, 3 damage, 3 horror hit, and then more from the fire. So, do I have any encounter cards left? I have hunted. Or weaknesses, I should say. I'm going to do that thing I'm not allowed to do. I'm going to draw with my last action. It's on the brink. Yeah, I honestly don't know, Flower. Let's talk about the logic of this. At the end of the investigation phase, the fire burns the Zealot to death. I'll take it, guys. I think most of the cultists have more than 1 health, so the Zealots are too quick to rush into the flames here. And the investigation phase ends. I think it's like you would want to put the fire out in order to allow you to stand there longer, right? So yes, next turn the plan is move in, clue, fast, done. That's the plan. we're gonna see, guys. Oh God. Okay, I think it's okay. Correct. I was very silly by not doing it. There's 1 clue here, but as soon as it's empty, it will refill. If there are no clues, place clues. Because it doesn't refill at the end of a phase, it's just immediate. Okay, and I have 3. Where am I at? That was the end of the investigation phase. It's crazy. The poop gate is always the option. Upkeep draws us a timely intervention, so timely. And we go to 10 resources. I can also buy myself a bit more time by playing over the second site, but let's not... 1 thing at a time. At the end of the round, something happens. Each cultist enemy moves towards the cistern. Mythos. You guys can't see these stacks. They're 4 each. 8 Doom, 9 on second sight. We draw an encounter card. Putrid Vapors. Test Agility 3. If you fail, take a horror and discard a non-story asset you control. Well, so interestingly enough, I could discard Second Sight, which has a Doom on it. And then I would have to play another one and then move and get a clue, and then I'd still be in trouble, though. Okay, good. Okay, Flower, I really hope so. I have 3 agility. Let's just test it. I have a timely intervention. Languor discarded an asset. Yeah, so I can commit. I can commit this skill. Yo, seriously, no, I'm here. -1. I will choose to pass. Do I care? Yes, I will choose to pass with... Hang on. Do I need to discard the second sight? Because what happens if I don't succeed? Guys, I'm second-guessing myself here. Because it commits from hand. You're right. That's, yeah, at Doom is an extra turn, and I have another copy of Second Sight, which I can play over this one, as long as I don't discard an asset from the top of my deck. That would be a disaster. Actually, that would be a real disaster. Take a horror and discard a non-story asset. Right. Okay, let's think about this. The options are, take a horror and discard Second Sight. Then, what I'd want to do is play another one, move in, get a clue, and then I'm still one clue short. So that's less good. If I keep it around, I only have this round, which would be move, clue, clue. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, you're right. So I will pass this test by committing timely intervention from hand. Okay, it's a timely intervention. What was that? Putrid vapors? Vapors begin to float off of the massive birch tree? Goddess? I would say the birch tree has been brought here specially from some forest near Arkham, and they have lit it aflame so that the spirit of Elokos, the flame demon within, could... That's a good point, actually, Flower. Do I care? I don't mind the horror. It's more so, do I want timely intervention in hand? Yeah, I do, actually, right? I do want timely intervention in hand, as long as I don't discard a skill. That would be a disaster. Take a horror. The putrid vapors would make me drop the... Meat Cleaver's been too good to me. You would make me drop the Cosmic Flame. Right away, Cthulhu. Oh, gosh. Okay, we gotta stretch every time we do this. Okay, my friends, we're back around to the investigation phase. The putrid vapors are rising off of this massive birch tree, which is beginning to look more and more humanoid. Eyes are sprouting on the ends of hands, of tree branches. As the firefox ran, its fiery tail brushed up against the birch trees, causing sparks to fly up into the night, creating auroras. Man, it's going to feel really bad killing this thing. Okay. When my turn begins, this is key. Discard the top card of your deck. Level-headed is an asset. It's gone. That's such good lore. I love that. Move in. Elokos cannot do attacks of opportunity. So, investigate with Second Sight. Investigate with Second Sight. I have 5 will versus the 4 shroud of the location. Let's commit Fearless from hand. Let's commit Fearless and On the Brink from hand. Because On the Brink returns each other card committed to its owner's hand. This is 9-4. No, I didn't. Nom here. I know, it's crazy. We were debating this, and I think for me, and draws a card on a fail. True. So Nom here, I think it's I don't know if there's like a better or worse kind of thing here, but I think the logic eventually was, like, because I thought, I'll discard this, I'll play a new one, then I've earned myself a round. But then I would move in, I'd get a clue, and then I'd be absolutely, I'd get hit by this thing, which is I can survive, it's fine. And then fire, and then draw another encounter card, and I still have to get clues next turn. Or, as we always say on Doomed, we risk it for the biscuit. I'm going 9-4. Investigating with Second Sight, trying to get a clue. Does he have a clue? -3. Okay. Heal 2 horror. We keep pushing for the Cushing. Correct. The location says, if there are no clues, place clues on it. Go back up to 2. Last action. Yes, Flower, tell me. What did I commit from the... I didn't commit anything from the bin. If you succeed, you may spend a charge to discover an additional clue at your location. My read on that is there was only one there when I succeeded. So I can't get a clue, then spend a charge, and then get another clue. Yeah. Now, however, last action, my friends. Hold up. Here we go. We're investigating. 5 to 4. I'm going to commit from the discard pile. I think I need to be unexpectedly courageous. Take a horror. I need to be unexpectedly courageous. 7 to 4. 7 to 4. Oh man, if a frost token jumps out of this bag, it's going to be crazy. I could. Skull. -X. The number of fire treacheries in play. I had a timely intervention in hand, which is why I wasn't as kind of concerned about it. I will spend the charge to get both clues. Then, I have 6 clues. I will spend 1 to discard fire. And 5... How does this work? Spend 1 clue, place 1 clue on Elikos if she has 5 clues on her R2. I will then spend 5 clues. I have 6 total. So I will then spend 5 to place 5 on Elikos. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Flower. So there was 1, and then if there are no clues on it, place clues up to its clue value. You can't see what... I know I'm pointing at it. I'm so sorry. Fat. Man. Okay. Isabelle. Yeah, it has a clue value of 2. Again, I realize you can't really see it, but that's okay. Fat. Isabelle marches back down from the sluice control. Flames in one hand, meat cleaver in the other. Visions of the Olmsteads gathered around a flaming birch tree dancing in her head. She marches towards them. As she passes by the flames, they begin to dim, flicker, and go out. I did, Cthulhu. Thank you for asking. It was... I don't know if you were here or if you were lurking at the time, Cthulhu. I had a bit of a mess up. I spent 3 clues to enter from a location that I wasn't allowed to. So when I retook it from there, I had already spent the clues and I just left them spent. Yeah. So, if I'm not... let's count them up, right? 1, 2, 3 clues to enter the location. A 4th from the sewer tunnels. 6 from the sluice control. 7, 8, 9, 10 total. 10 even. Isn't that crazy? No, hang on. Is that right? Yeah, because I also spent a clue to go into sluice control, and I spent 1 to discard a copy of fire. Guys, resolution 2. We did it. I think. Can you imagine if it's just like, oh, congratulations, game's over. Shall we? A howling wind pelts you with cinders. Now, I will say this. I am at 9 out of 10 Doom on this agenda. I presume there's some sort of, like, horrible... in fact, I can see over there. There's a non-Doom threshold agenda where this enemy comes to life, probably, and, like, absolutely kills you. A howling wind pelts you with cinders. Dr. Armitage, who is there, pulls out a battered tome from out of the hands of a fallen cultist and chants a guttural, inhuman language. This is as Izzy is essentially pulling the fire from the birch tree directly into herself, kind of putting out flames and also just kind of putting them in her as well. A loud crack, as of splitting timber, resounds through the cistern, and the flaming tree turns to powdery ash before your very eyes. All around you, the cultists drop their weapons and stop in their tracks, looking suddenly lost. They are no longer under Elikos' sway. You find Amanda among them, frightened and confused, but otherwise unharmed. All trace of the mark on their neck has vanished, and the rest of the cult seems to have returned to normal with no memory of the events of the evening. Still, your experience tonight leaves you fearful. In the months ahead, the slightest hint of smoke sets your pulse racing. The flames have subsided, but you can't shake the nagging feeling that somewhere deep below the city, the embers of Ellicos's rage continue to smolder. In your campaign log, record, the investigators stopped Ellicos's glorious rebirth. Allow me to write this down, guys. I am very pleased that we actually did it somehow. Do I have a pen here? Oh, yeah. I am very pleased with how this has gone. Isabelle stopped Ellicos's glorious rebirth. But at what cost? Good question. Apparently it turned to ash, but is it really gone? Each investigator earns experience equal to victory X, plus 5 bonus experience for stopping a blasphemous ritual. Let's have a look. 5 XP is the... Ellicos has victory 5, so that makes sense. 5 XP plus 1, 2 from the sewer tunnels. 3 from the Dark Magician, who's dead. Can we get a... You're right, cultist body count I think was 3? 4. No. Shoot. I think it was 3. Can't remember now. No, it was 4. There was another Cantor of Flame. No, I didn't. No, I'm here, so. Just the 8 XP. The investigators have earned the Collector campaign reward card. Add both copies of this card to the player card pool. See reward cards on page 23 of the rulebook. Each investigator suffers 2 mental and 2 physical trauma from the events of the evening. Well, that renders her essentially unplayable. Because now she's at 3 health. I got 3 XP, 2 from locations, 1 from the Dark Magician, and it says here, each investigator earns 5 bonus experience for stopping a blasphemous ritual. The investigators win the campaign. Let's have a look at this Collector card, because I don't know what that means. It's over here somewhere. Collector is an asset. It's permanent. A reward. Sorry, yes. Correction, Namhir, if I may. The 5 on Ellicos doesn't count because I didn't defeat her. I think if I had defeated her, that would have been instead of the 5 bonus that I earned from stopping the ritual. Like, I think it's 5 for winning the scenario, kind of. I think it's 8 total is how I'm counting it. The Collector, or Collector, I should say. This is interesting. So this is new in campaigns. Permanent, reward, limit 1 per deck. Purchase only at deck creation. You get plus 5 deck size. Your investigator's deck building options gains 1 other relic or charm asset of any class, level 0 to 3. That would be interesting. Requiem. In this case, would a roguelike be... Like, would the roguelike be kind of running the same dungeon back over and over kind of thing? Trying to explore different corners of it? So, now, when I play the campaign again, or a different campaign, I have access to 2 copies of Collector, which are a permanent talent that increases your deck building option. Kind of like a Versatile, but for 0 XP. Oh. It has been stopped. Cthulhu asking the real questions. Probably not yet, honestly. What is it? Charm or relic? I'd have to look to see if rogues is Lucky Cigarette Case a charm? Always a good one. Always a good one. Oh, there you go. As Isabelle Barnes draws the flames from the tree and from the various fires that have sprung up in the cistern into herself, Dr. Armitage chants some sort of guttural language, some sort of ritual language, which puts an end to the ritual, stopping Ellicos, at least for now. Does each scenario have their own cards? So Requiem, I think the idea is that now each campaign will kind of like have a reward. So it's like if you it's interesting, right? Like all the player cards are available, but then there's a couple that are like locked behind completing the campaign. The Ember of Elikost lives in Izzy. Nomhair, that makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking. So that's nice. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, exactly. You unlock them on the honor system. Like, they're there, right? Like, okay, so I like this, Nomhair. Isabelle Barnes, having defeated or stopped the ritual, she manages to, you know, the couple of cultists that are there that are part of the Olmsteads, she drags them off to the courthouse and makes them stand trial for their crimes. Had I discarded a card from Langer this round? I did, right? It was a level-headed. Yeah. However, something always panics her about the feeling of smoke and flame, and that is because somewhere deep within her, this cosmic flame continues to grow and develop based entirely on the little ember of the demon Queen Elikost that lives within her. Yeah, Requiem. I think we're saying the same thing. So yes, when you start a campaign, you build your deck from scratch with 0 XP. As you progress through a campaign, you gain XP, which you can use to upgrade cards or buy new cards. Just a UTI, good lord. And then when you start a new campaign, you reset to, you know, no trauma, level 0, but you, in theory, would have access to new cards, like this terrifying collector. It's true. We don't know where Jenny is, but will Isabelle find her? I hope so. My friends, right away, Roger Twy, my apologies. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to dash because we have Drew Crew in just over an hour on Liz's channel. And then tomorrow, if you want a bit more Liz in your life, who doesn't? Over on RPG Clinic's YouTube channel, you can join us for the 3rd character creation session for our new campaign, Exalted Datafall. If you want more information, obviously, it's all on the Discord, and more information will be out there. Yeah, I think I'm at 2 physical, 3 mental trauma is a lot, I will say. Guys, that was awesome. I'm shocked. I am actually shocked that Isabelle Barnes, of all people, got 10 clues in a solo game. Yeah, no, we probably did. I probably did that quote. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been absolutely incredible. I love playing like this. I don't have any other campaigns to play hard copies of right now, but perhaps you will catch more in the future. Maybe when the new one comes out, maybe you'll play a little side scenario. We'll talk as well. Mystic did a ton. Yes, I would agree with that, Flower. I don't think that's a problem. Oh yeah. No, Mr. B, of course. We don't like me over on this channel. I understand. My friends, it's been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to catch you next time right here on Doomed. Bye-bye.